Hey folks, Ben here from 5 Minute Trades. Today I got an interesting thing I've been looking at with airline stocks, and so there is a consistency that I'm seeing, and so we'll see if it plays. We'll see how it plays out, and it is involving the daily chart, and it is involving the 200 moving average. So anybody can do this. It's pretty simple. Um, so what I'm noticing here, so let's just start with Delta Airlines, right? So Delta Airlines, and as you guys know, and you can see over the last several days, airline stocks have been down. Pretty much everything's been down, honestly, really has. And so, but I've noticed something, a consistency between a couple of these, and it is involved with the 200 moving average. You can see this right here, how it just, I mean, it just hit it and then it just bounced right off it. So um, right now is basically the second candle. So I think honestly, if this candle right here, if we're in, this is where we currently are right now, if we can close anywhere in between this or even above, I think we're actually in some pretty interesting a pretty interesting position here on some of these airline stocks. But if it does close, does come down here, let's actually remove that. But if it comes down here and closes below this 200 moving average, I would say, not interested at all. But this is a quite an interesting level, especially when you start to look at some of these popular airline stocks. Um, and you can notice up here that we've had, I mean, these are bearish engulfing candles, and there was several of them up here before it just ended up just flying to the downside. Um, but yeah, you can even come all the way back here. Let's even put a line right there. And what do you notice? All the way over here, this was all the way back in what is that? July, sometime in July. You can see that it in fact is bouncing off that as well. So interesting levels. I definitely think that this could, there could be something to this, honestly, especially if we can get this, if we can start to see the markets turn. Let's actually look at a couple other ones. Let's look at American Airlines, and so the same deal. You could see the same moving average, 200 moving average, and it pierced it, but then it came right back up. And in fact, right now we actually have a really nice bullish candle. So I'm thinking if we can close somewhere up where this is right now at the end of the day, I mean, this could be a really good sign that a V pattern, essentially, what you would say. But even if it just goes sideways a little bit, but we could definitely see some recovery on some of these big time airlines, especially with all the bad news that's happened over the last several days with some of these airlines as well. I think that has not been helping. So let's go ahead. So that's American Airlines. So again, the same scenario. Let's look at UAL, which is United Airlines. And this one, I believe the moving average was a little bit, yeah. So this was the one that, but there was an interesting thing that I saw with this, because there was this gap fill initially, but then it came all the way back to this level right here at 84, and then it just bounced. And so again, it wasn't quite the 200 moving average like the others, but there was a key level that it's respected. And so yeah, so again, and look at all these bearish engulfing. So I mean, this was really getting beat down. Um, but yeah, I definitely think there's some potential here with some of these airline stocks. The one in particular that I think looks, obviously the best is, Delta Airlines. Really, you had this level right here, and then the 200 moving average plus another bounce there. So I mean, that really is it's really convincing here if we can continue to build momentum. And like I said, I believe if it closes even below, let's see, even below this 53.89, so basically below 54, I think downside continuation is possible. But if we can continue this momentum, even sideways, even if it goes sideways, and the market finds some feet to it, I definitely think this could be a great opportunity. And I actually just saw something here. So something like that was actually pretty interesting. So that actually broke that. So this was respected so this was all the way back in October, and then January was the bottom. So we put a trend line right there. And so as soon as it hit that here, it ended up piercing that, breaking it, and then now coming back down here. So this actually could be an interesting level to target. So it could be even something like this, where it could come up here and give us a little bit bounce all the way up to 60, 61. Um, but yeah, so that's just a couple interesting things that I saw with airline stocks. This is something you guys would be interested in as well. Throw a little comment down below, give us a little like, something that maybe something that you might jump into. Like I said, I would still be on the sidelines here, just waiting. I would like to see just this at least go sideways for a bit, if not go up a little bit more, just because it's still we still don't know. It has bounced off of this moving average, but we it would be nice to continue to see this respect that level. All right, guys. So that's it for me. So that's a couple interesting, trade idea. Not really trade ideas, but just more of an observation, a little observation that potentially be a reversal back to the upside for some quick little momentum there. And again, I'm not saying that if this bounces that it's going to go back to all-time highs. No, I think that if it bounces, I think we can definitely start to see a little bit of momentum here. And like even this level, even at 60, if it hits the 60, I mean that's a pretty nice, even that's a pretty nice move right there. That's $5, and so that could be a nice little, trade here. So even if you say it's got something like that, that is that's a 7% move, which is pretty nice, especially if you're going with options or anything like that. That could be a massive move. But yeah, like I said, it's pretty interesting, and so I found that to be intriguing. So hopefully you guys do as well. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.